Gudo was the emperor's teacher of his time. Nevertheless, he used to travel alone as a wandering mendicant. Once, when he was on his way to Edo, the cultural and political center of the shogunate, he approached a little village named Takenaka. It was evening and a heavy rain was falling. Gudo was thoroughly wet. His straw sandals were in pieces. At a farmhouse near the village, he noticed 4 or 5 pairs of sandals in the window and decided to buy some dry ones. The woman who offered him the sandals, seeing how wet he was, invited him to remain for the night at her home. Gudo accepted, thanking her. He entered and recited a sutra before the family shrine. He then was introduced to the woman's mother and to her children. Observing that the entire family was depressed, Gudo asked what was wrong. "My husband is a gambler and a drunkard," the housewife told him. "When he happens to win, he drinks and becomes abusive. When he loses, he borrows money from others. Sometimes when he becomes thoroughly drunk, he does not come home at all. What can I do?" "I will help him," said Gudo. "Here is some money. Get me a gallon of wine and something good to eat. Then you may retire. I will meditate before the shrine." When the man of the house returned about midnight, quite drunk, he bellowed, "Hey, wife, I'm home. Have you something for me to eat?" "I have something for you," said Gudo. "I happened to get caught in the rain and your wife kindly asked me to remain here for the night. In return, I have bought some wine and fish, so you might as well have them." The man was delighted. He drank the wine at once and laid himself down on the floor. Gudo sat in meditation beside him. In the morning, when the husband awoke, he had forgotten about the previous night. "Who are you? Where do you come from?" he asked Gudo, who still was meditating. "I'm Gudo of Kyoto, and I'm going to Edo," replied the Zen master. The man was utterly ashamed, and he apologized profusely to the teacher of his emperor. Gudo smiled. "Everything in this life is impermanent," he explained. "Life is very brief. If you keep gambling and drinking, you will have no time left to accomplish anything else, and you will cause your family to suffer too." The perception of the husband awoke as if from a dream. "You're right," he declared. "How can I ever repay you for this wonderful teaching? Let me see you off and carry your things a little way." "If you wish," assented Gudo. The two started out. After they had gone 3 miles, Gudo told him to return. "Just another 5 miles," he begged Gudo. They continued on. "You may return now," suggested Gudo. "After another 10 miles," the man replied. "Return now," said Gudo when the 10 miles had passed. "I'm going to follow you all the rest of my life," declared the man. Modern Zen teachers in Japan spring from the lineage of a famous master who was the successor of Gudo. His name was Munan, the man who never turned back. Just like with the man in the story, we all have habits that we like to unlearn. The man followed the master because he didn't want to continue being that loser, let's call it. We all have habits that are, let's say, bad for us in some way. Habits that we like to change because it's not benefiting us in any way. Now, if you understand that you have a habit that you like to unlearn, you're already a step ahead in the right direction. Why? Because you understand that there's something in you that is not right, that it doesn't feel right. It's like if you are a drinker, you get drunk all the time, and you're affecting not just you, but you're affecting your family, you're affecting those around you. You have that, and you want to change that. You want to unlearn that thing that is affecting you. Perhaps you are the kind of person that you have low self-esteem. And the low self-esteem is affecting the way you see life. It's affecting your ability to communicate. It's affecting your ability to ask for things, to stand on your feet, to get things. And it's affecting the people around you too. Perhaps you've eaten your way to 300 pounds and you feel heavy and you're getting diabetes, and that is not just affecting you, but it's also affecting the people around you. And you want to unlearn those habits. Now, how do you do? How do you change, or better yet, how you unlearn a habit that has been in you for so long? Well, first of all, get a piece of paper and a pen and write down what is bad about the habit. Why do you want to unlearn this habit? Is it because when you drink, you are not just affecting your health, but you're affecting the people around you because perhaps you're hitting your wife, or perhaps you are mistreating your children, or perhaps you keep losing your job and you kind of living on the streets, or maybe you are in this position where you are eating so much that you don't even know how to stop. Every time you're stressed, you're depressed, you eat. Every time you're happy, you eat. It don't matter what it is, you use whatever reason to eat. And you want to unlearn that because you want to feel good. In fact, I have somebody that has been working with me for the past couple of months, and she's overweight, she's obese. And she didn't realize that she was doing exactly what her dad was doing. She hated the fact that her dad is overweight and has diabetes, and he couldn't do anything for himself, and he couldn't help her mom. She hated that fact, and she didn't understand that she was doing exactly the same. Not until I pointed it out to her that she realized that. Now, 2 months later, she has lost about 10 kilos, something like that, or some 20 something pounds. And she started to feel a little better, and she's moving better, and is heading in the right direction. Now, you need to write down what's bad about the things that you are calling bad. Why? Because that's going to give you a clearer picture of where you're going. Now, once you do that, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to write what you'd rather be. Okay, I want to stop drinking, or I want to stop eating so much. What do I rather be? How do I rather be? I want to be this person who feels healthy and can move around with no difficulty and feel good about myself, and I see myself in the mirror and I'm happy with what I see, and I can run without losing my air, and I don't drink anymore, and I feel fantastic, and my health is back, and my family is happy with me, and my kids love me again. Just write down what are you gonna be, what you'd rather be, how you'd rather be. Why? Because it's gonna give you a north. It's gonna give you a way, a goal. Once you do that, then you start taking the steps towards that. Now, the interesting part of this is that you're not just gonna start taking steps, but you're gonna make it fun for yourself. Otherwise, you're not gonna do it. How so? If I say I'm gonna start waking up at 5 in the morning to go to the gym, which I do, I actually wake up about 4:45 every day. I don't go to the gym every day, but I wake up at that time, and most of the days, like 3 or 4 times a week, I go to the gym.
Well, that's just me. But if you said that and you hate waking up early and you're lying to yourself, and you're gonna maybe wake up 2 days and then you're gonna sabotage your effort. So instead of saying I'm gonna wake up at 5 in the morning to go to the gym, say, I'm gonna do 10 squats 3 times a day throughout the day. So in the morning, before I have breakfast, I do 10 squats. Before lunch, I do 10 squats. Before dinner, I do 10 squats. And then the following month or the following week, I do 20 squats and I push up. And then you start adding up to that. And you do it fun. It's fun. You're not doing anything extraordinary. And then you start building up those little steps until you start feeling better. And then you do more. And then you do more. And your life changes. And it feels better for you. So let's work on those 3 steps. Okay, write down what's bad about your bad habits. Write down what you'd rather be, and then you're gonna start taking steps, but you're gonna make it fun for you. We're gonna leave it at that, and we're gonna continue until lambs become lions. Remember to think otherwise. I'll see you in the next video.